How's that?
I can hear oh, there.
Oh, there's a funny little spot.
Ooh.
There's a funny spot that's
It's a short. We have a short.
Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's on this
You went
knob.
off and then we're on again.
Yeah,
okay, that
so-
sounds good. I think you've hit it right.
Okay,
in the
so
right
just
spot.
watch those flashing lights. Make sure they don't clip to red.
Okay.
Okay.
If they're red, that means we're too loud.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, all.
No, that's fun. It's fun to hear just the complex technical backflips that we do just to
So
be
complex.
here.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Oh, now. Now? Now?
It's a big
Darn
issue.
rural radio station.
Yeah, that's a big issue, being heard.
Kind of is when you're on the radio. Yeah.
Well, not just there,
Wow.
everywhere.
We are really kind of isolated up here today. There is fog cover, very thick. Visibility was pretty bad driving.
It was terrible.
I had two different people almost pull out right in front of me in driveways, and I knew it was going to happen because I knew they couldn't see me coming. I had my high beams on and everything, but
It was fogacious.
it was super,
Fogacity.
totally fogacious, dude.
The fogacity was at a 10.
Right.
Well, at 9. I could still see.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the lines on the road and stuff, but...
Yeah. And guess what? I saw the fly. This is on a kind of an upbeat note.
What, the fly Courtney was just talking about?
No, it's a different fly, but she was kind of telling a sad, morbid tale about a fly. And I have a happy tale about a fly. Remember the fly that I didn't...
The little old lady who swallowed a fly.
No. It's the fly that I didn't kill.
I thought that was a hornet, and I was saying that you should have killed it.
No, I put the hornet out into the outside.
Right.
The fly I did not kill. I let him pass. Right?
I don't recall which fly you let pass. Oh, that's better.
Okay. You like it like
I
that?
do.
Okay.
Sorry, she just turned up some more knobby things over there.
Yeah, that's going to make it hard for me later, but I'll do it. No, I just wanted to say that the fly that I did not kill 2 weeks ago, I saw again.
He came back as your guardian angel.
Yes, so people, it could be a life-changing event for you to not kill something.
I think maybe you should just be a Buddhist. That seems like it would fit you.
Well, you don't have to be a Buddhist to be a Buddhist. You know what I mean?
Right, I know that.
You
I'm
can
not
just-
saying shave your head and wear a little brown robe,
Yeah, I probably just wouldn't do that.
but the rest of it I think you could probably do.
Okay.
Our beach cabin in Canada, all around us, the land has been bought up by a Buddhist monk sort of population, which is interesting because
Wow.
it used to be we had Buddhist monks only on one side, and then a winery down the road, and then a Hell's Angels campground across the road. So I was wondering if there's ever going to be some big issue between the monks and the Hells Angels across the road. But the Hells Angels eventually kind of just moved on, and their campground got sold and turned into an organic garlic farm. And now it's been bought by the Buddhists. So the Buddhists are everywhere. But they don't kill mosquitoes. And as much as I love Prince Edward Island, there's a lot of mosquitoes. And so I feel really bad for the Buddhist monks to come and stay in the summer in a place that's the most mosquito-y ever, and they can't kill them. Do you kill mosquitoes?
Try not to.
But they suck your blood.
Well, I try to shoo them away, or I have, cream that I put on to repel them.
Oh. Did you know if one is sort of sucking on you and you flex your muscle, it will explode? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just deeply offended her Buddhist sensibilities.
No, I mean, once it's there, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because I think they die. Let's not talk about insects again.
What's the point of them dying? They're sucking your blood so they can live.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
Fine. All right, let me get to my list here.
Yeah.
Geez, crowbars. Last week I was bundled up, so all I had was my eyes showing when I came in here. And today, it's like a baseball cap and rain jacket.
I know.
What's going on?
I was happy to see you. I thought you looked great. Thanks. You have a T on your cap. What is the T? Is that Tunbridge?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
What other T's in the world are there? None.
T-ball.
This actually was a Tunbridge T-ball hat of one of my kids years ago, but I have a sort of small head, so I took it. Their heads are huge, giant pumpkins. They don't fit in these T-ball hats anymore, but I do.
Yeah, those were all the things I thought about when I saw you wearing that hat. I saw in an instant all those ideas just compressed. And
I also put on eye makeup to combat the gloomy weather.
Wow.
I'm trying to move forward with this resolution of attempting to not be a total and complete utter slob every day of my life. Although you can see from the neck down, I haven't really got there yet, but
that's a nice shirt. What's wrong with the shirt?
I think it's either Eli's or John's sweatshirt that I just pulled
It's
on.
Nice. It's a happy shirt.
Over my pajama waffle top.
Yeah,
there.
But you wouldn't know that was a pajama. And you probably wouldn't know that this is 11th Hour Radio because we didn't say it.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't know that. And you probably wouldn't know that's Kristina Stykos and I'm Emily Howe.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know that this is WFVR 96.5.
They might know that because they probably turn their little dial.
Well, sometimes you put it on a pre-dial and then you forget. You set it and forget it, and then you wouldn't know. So we could say it again, 96.5. It's a beautiful number.
Yeah, Royalton Community Radio. Look at that. We just totally seamlessly introduced our show without even talking about it.
Yeah. So,
speaking of turning your dial, though, I was really kind of bummed driving down here because the visibility was nil and I had to go kind of slow. And so I had the radio on and I was rolling through the channels because I just wanted to find something to sing along to. I had to go slow. I just wanted to sing in the car. Mm-hmm. And I went from channel to channel and there were some really boring talk shows that I didn't want to hear. That's the problem with mornings. It's all talk. I just wanted music. Oh. And the only music I could find, I didn't know it. I didn't know the music.
Really?
So I was kind of trying to
get
hum
into
and
it.
Sing and guess what the next word was going to be, by guessing the rhyme, but it wasn't working for me and it was frustrating. It was a frustrating situation. So glad to be here now.
Great. You can sing now too if you want to, but you don't have to, but you could.
I forgot to put a Band-Aid on my finger this morning, and I don't have a fingernail. See, look at this. Isn't that gross? No fingernail.
Oh, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, I usually cover it up with a Band-Aid, and after I got out of the shower, I forgot to do that, and now I'm going to be picking at it, so I'm just going to stick it here in my back pocket and forget I have a finger.
Okay. I have so many spelling challenges for you today.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's just happened that way because I was researching things that just had the most fantastically strange spellings.
Huh.
So we're going to I'll spread them out over the course of the show. We could go to the first one, though, if you want. Do you want to try the first one?
Okay, wait, I got to get my pen.
Okay.
I learned a new word today, but now I forgot what it was.
We're going to make this even a little bit harder because I want you to spell it, and then I want you to explain to me why. What is the root of the word? Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Caesarean.
I was born ready.
Caesarean. She's writing it down.
Okay, hold on.
Looks promising. it's so hard. I couldn't even come close. I had no idea what I was working with. Do you? Do you know what the root is?
Kind of. I mean, this is a word I've...
What? Just tell me your first 3 letters, for example.
CES.
No.
What?
Yeah.
CEC.
See?
Sorry.
No.
What?
No.
Well, there's no Z, so don't pretend like there is.
I didn't.
Yeah, but you're like, I can see it in your body language. You're like, Caesarean. Yes, you are. Yeah. I don't know. Okay? If I was typing it, I might know.
I could open this Christmas present that you gave me.
It's not technically a Christmas present.
I love this tissue paper.
Thanks.
It's purple with it's polka dotted.
I keep my tissue paper in this bucket near a window, and it's kind of faded around the edges.
Oh my gosh, it's a gardening tool.
It is. Where's the baby? It was hanging from it a minute ago.
Oh, the hanging baby.
Oh, there. Oh, it's still in there. He fell off.
Oh my gosh, it's a tiny baby. It's a baby bunting.
It's in a walnut shell.
Oh, that is the coolest thing. Thank you. It looks antique.
I don't know. I just found him at a craft store.
Yeah, it's an antique baby sleeping inside a little
antique
bed
walnut
that's
shell.
inside a walnut shell. I love it. It's my favorite Christmas present.
People don't sleep in walnut shells enough.
And this is very cool. This is like a potting fork.
Yeah, it just had a cool kind of handle, and it was gardeny.
It's wooden handled.
And I don't really do a lot of gardeny things.
Emily knows that I like stuff that's, quality.
It felt heavy duty, but I can't spell Caesarean, so
okay. I'm gonna give you the first 3 letters, and then you can see how you do after that. Okay,
go.
C-A-E.
C-A-E.
But that should sort of set you off and running, because once you see that, doesn't that remind you of like a very famous historical figure?
Yeah, I know the root word is Caesar.
You did? You knew that?
Yeah, because Caesar's mother was supposedly the first one to have a C-section. Although I think that has been proven not to be true.
I can't believe that you know that. And that's not quite what I dug up.
Okay. Spell the rest of the word, though, because now my OCD is kicked in and I...
Okay, Caesarean.
Look, I had the last part.
Good for you.
Right.
You're pretty smart for somebody who acts dumb all the time.
I know. It's really weird.
Yeah, you kind of hide it with this act of being so
I don't hide it. It's
like
just
bimbo-ish.
It's just hidden.
Yeah. I like your act, though. It's fun. It's funny.
Thanks.
I mean, it's funny. What people act like bimbos who are actually super intelligent, that's very fun. It's very
I'm actually both, though. I actually am not acting some of the times. But I am pretty smart. But I am pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain this to you.
You don't have to. I'm just going to accept it at face value.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then.
Oh, well, the reason that I brought up Caesarean is that my daughter, Freya, who is due with her second child on Monday.
What?
Yeah. You didn't...
Oh, my God. You were like Little Miss Secret... Kiki grandmother lady. You just don't like rolling another grandmother notch on your belt, do you?
Well, I don't like talking about those kinds of personal things. I don't like to drag my kids into it because they don't really like to be advertised. They taught me that years ago.
Yeah, you don't really like to be old either. Well, actually, you like to be old more than I like to be old.
I'm just not done being a mother. I don't want to be a grandmother.
I know.
I just want to be a mother. So there should be sort of a transition period.
You're just extra mother now. Now you are mother to more generations.
Well,
I got to take my mud boots off. They're too big. Okay, sorry.
All right. So have we lost the thread of the story now?
No, Caesarean.
Yes.
Freya. She's due Monday. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. So they discovered that the baby is upside down. It's breech.
Oh.
And in Italy.
I thought in Italy they just let you do it.
No. You would think that Italy is so kind of
They're
old,
pretty relaxed.
The old world or something, but that's totally wrong. They're totally have succumbed to Western medical science, and so
I can get it out. I can get a breech lamb out. Well, I guess it's probably different, huh?
I don't think this is going to be helpful to her.
Okay, sorry. Go.
So they say, well, okay, let's schedule the cesarean. That's what they do. They just schedule a cesarean if your baby's upside down. And she's like, no, I do not want a cesarean.
She can lay on a board kind of upside down for a while. I mean, is it really her due date, or are they doing it a little earlier?
She's not going to have a cesarean. She insisted that the doctors
They
tried
can manually
to,
move
yes,
it, too.
and she went, and the guy...
Good for her.
She had to insist, and after 15 minutes, the doctor was going to give up. He was ready to give up, and she said no, and it was painful.
Yeah, it's
But
painful.
they
'Cause
turned
it's big now.
Yeah, they turned the baby around.
Yeah,
They did it.
You can also lay, if it's a little earlier, if it's a couple weeks earlier and they still got a little bit of room in there,
Yeah.
you can put like a piece of plywood up against your couch and then you can lay on it with your head down.
Well, maybe she could
And the
do
baby
that.
gets annoyed after a while because it's kind of got a sense of
Okay,
gravity at this
yeah.
point.
Because she was a little worried about it turning back around. So I could tell her to just kind of lie around upside down.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Like a bat.
Like a bat.
Yeah.
Okay.
You never hear of bats having breech problems, do you?
No.
There you go.
Touche.
Why do they hang upside down? That's like total BS. There is no point in that. Do they fly upside down? Like what? What? Tell me what the reasoning behind hanging upside down by your feet
Emily.
is. What does it do for them?
Emily,
What?
what is your problem?
I just would really like to know. You tell me, Kristina, with all of your...
No, because I was completely happy
Buddhist.
with bats upside down.
No, I like that they're upside down. They're different. Good. Kudos to them. But why? Like, does it do something for them?
It doesn't make me feel anxious to think about bats hanging upside down.
No, I'm not.
seem to be
I'm not saying
agitated.
that I'm anxious. I just
You look anxious.
I'm
You
really
look-
wondering what in the natural world made that happen. Like, why wouldn't they be just as happy upright?
Because when you're in a cave, you have to hang upside down if you're like a stalactite, right? You
Right,
can't,
but there,
you can't be,
where there are
can't have-
stalactites,
you
there are
can't-
also stalagmites, so
Listen,
they could be on the
shh.
other ones.
You can't stick your head to the ceiling.
They don't. Why can't they just stand on their feet on the opposite end of this other
They
thing?
don't wanna.
Well, is it just because they can fit more of them?
It's a nice fit, isn't it?
And how do they give birth?
It's a
Does
great
the
scene.
baby bat have to like go up the tunnel and pop out high up in the sky?
What are you talking about?
If you're hanging upside down when you give birth from your feet, that seems a little awkward to me. I mean, I don't want to try it.
You're such a complainer.
I'm just glad I'm not a bat.
I'm glad you're not a bat too, because I don't want to do this show with a bat.
Although, if you ever looked at a close-up of a bat's face, it looks exactly like a tiny baby bear.
I
They're
love
very,
that.
very cute.
They are cute.
So I'm feeling like it's really hard on them to...
To be so hated by humans for so many different reasons.
I
And now
know.
you've added a new reason to the
I don't
list.
hate them because they're upside down. I just am wondering if they're misguided and someone could say, hey, guess what? You could stand on your feet in the other direction and just be fine.
I think you're actually advocating for bats right now.
I'm so advocating for bats.
Yeah. And I am too.
Great.
So we've just improved the whole perception.
Yeah.
Not really. Oh, speaking of this is you'll be amazed at how this relates to the next topic.
What?
You know how you were telling me about how you had all these people on Facebook, on your Facebook page, all these friends who were like, who were posting themselves doing yoga?
Did I tell you that?
I think so. Didn't you?
I don't think so. I mean, that is true. Lots of people are posting themselves doing yoga. I don't know if I said that, though, but
Who else would it have been?
I don't know.
Who else has been here besides you?
Here?
Maybe I dreamed it.
Here?
Well, all I wanted to say really is that I finally have one friend, a new Facebook friend, who is posting truly bizarre yoga positions that she's proud of. Like 2-person poses, where...
That's called sex.
No, not that.
Oh.
No.
Sorry.
One is on the bottom. One is
Excuse me.
One is balanced on the top, but then they're turning to the camera and smiling, and it's there's legs up in the air, and I don't know. Just,
I stand with my original.
This is the same kind of person that would post a picture of jogging on the beach in Hawaii or something, and you'd go, "Oh, what kind of life do they have that they're in Hawaii right now when I'm on my way to work?" What is that?
I don't know. Okay. So,
What about it?
you brought it up. You tell me what about it.
I thought you would just feel we would bond about this. We would bond over how...
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that couple yoga where you like, they roll you all around in their feet and toss you from
That's it.
foot
You got
to
it.
foot and upside down and
knew-
backside forward. And
Yeah, you know about it.
Yeah. That looks kind of fun, but
It looks like fun.
I wonder how many times you just fall on them first and how
It's just like
uncomfortable it
it's like
probably is.
gymnastics.
And how many fights come out of that kind of yoga.
Well, but you have to get over that in order to take the picture. Or you have to take a break.
You fake it. You
fake
braced yourself in this fanciful looking position, and then you pretend like you're just doing that all along, and you take a picture. See, still pictures are very deceptive.
Yeah, fake it, baby, till you...
But I can see couples yoga leading to lots of fights because one person is not going to be perfect the whole time and do what they're supposed to do, so you're going to fall. As a former pairs figure skater, that is fight territory.
Really?
If you have to trust the other person with your body to not drop you, it's bad because they do drop you. They drop you lots.
But they feel so bad.
And then they blame you for having your body in the wrong position, which is why they can't. And you blame them for not holding you the right way. It just goes on and on.
Oh.
I just feel like couples yoga is not something I would be doing, really.
Yeah. I'm not going to be doing it. But I might be doing something else.
Oh, you kind of do it with babies. Think about it. With little kids, I always lay on my back, and especially when my kids were little. I can't do it with my kid now because he's way bigger than me.
That's called airplane.
It is called airplane or tricks. We used to do it with
that.
my dad. And we'd be like, do tricks with us, Dad. And he would lay on the floor, and then he'd put his hands up in the air, and we'd stand on his hands, and then like try to sit on his feet. And
that is so much fun.
It was fun.
I think if anybody's feeling depressed today, try to find somebody and play airplane.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of advice
big,
today for people who are depressed.
But here comes the train.
Oh, man.
And it doesn't care that it's foggy.
Oh, I love that.
We now observe a moment of silence for Kristina.
This is train
church time.
This is train worship. Wow, that lonely whistle blows across America.
Oh, I know what we're going to do this week if you're depressed. Are you depressed? Or are you just giving people who are depressed?
I'm kind of on and off.
All right. Well, I think Kendra was feeling depressed too, and I'm feeling depressed. So we're gonna have our stupid, gross movie and junk food sleepover. How about we do that?
Okay.
Okay.
Except now my work is getting really busy.
What? No, come on.
I know.
You don't have work, and then you have work.
And I'm
stop with this work thing.
I'm lonely and depressed, and I don't worry. And I've got tons of work and rehearsals, and I've got all this stuff going on. So sorry.
Well,
Can no do.
Every single night?
No, I can do it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And we can analyze depression. We can analyze our depression and say, why do we have the right to be depressed?
We really don't.
We don't.
We're just being entitled, spoiled brats.
Exactly. And so, on that happy note, I am going to play a song called Working Man's Dawn. Working Man's Dawn. And this is by a Vermont band named Goldtown.
Here is gold on the hillside, black in the face. Wrapped around in that frame of my camera, I need a body to catch some snow for the ground. Selfless now. Skin as berries, there's no Lord proof to live that cold curse. Well, of country air. It's selfless now, borderline ways and tell. here with safe places now. The bone line on ways until they're working man's done. Always until working man's down, working man's down, working man's down.
Thank you, Goldtown.
Nice.
Like those guys.
Pretty cool.
Except once I booked them, and like 3 days before the gig, I had booked them up at the Rockfire Festival because I was booking for that. Like 3 days before it, they canceled because they had double booked themselves.
Oh.
Which is not a great thing to do, but I have to
No.
say, these guys are super nice and I love them, so I've forgiven them, and now I'm going to play their music.
Speaking of music, I need, maybe from you or our listeners, I need some recommendations for, we run a wedding venue out of our home, and one of the couples next year wants for sort of dinner cocktail hour, they want a sort of bluegrassy or, a band.
Yeah,
A local band.
There's lots and lots and lots.
So I
and
need to
lots.
find a kind of good one.
We'll
that
discuss
won't
this off
break
the air.
the bank. Yes.
Yeah, there's many a player.
So that would be good. I think they're going with the regular DJ wild dance party later, but they would like some live music for a while.
I see. All right.
Do I have like little pieces of cellophane kind of like a static cling to my face that you can see?
Absolutely not.
Because I had a piece that was static clung to my hand a minute ago. It was like a wrapping from like a gum or something, and it wouldn't get off. I kept shaking my hand, and
You know what?
It would just static to a new part of my hand.
You need a facial.
And now I don't see it anywhere, so I'm a little worried that it's stuck to my face.
Guess what? I'm going to get my first facial. You know
Wow.
why?
I've never had one.
I would never do that because I don't really know what it involves, so it's scary to
Are
me.
you having to be a bridesmaid?
No, I got a gift certificate last year
Oh.
for a facial with Dr. Hauschka facial treatment, which is all natural. It's one of the first companies that started the all natural facial products.
Where is this?
The company's from Sweden.
No, but where
The
you're
facial,
not going to Sweden.
The facial it's in Montpelier or Burlington. So I had this gift certificate, and I had it in a pile of my papers, and I just rediscovered it. And guess what?
It's going to expire.
It expired on the January 1st. So I freaked out. Because my friend bought me this incredible gift, of this facial, and they're not cheap.
Yeah.
So I literally ran to my computer and found the place and sent them this, just apologetic. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I lost this. It's been a hard year. I mean, I just said everything about it. And the guy, or her name was, I don't know if it's a he or a she. Their name is Eros. What do you think? She or a he? Well, Eros wrote back to me and said, no problem.
I kind of think a he.
You think it's a he?
I do.
Okay. I guess I'll find out when I get there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get one for Anna so we can do it togetger.
Whoa.
My daughter.
Facial.
Yeah, my other daughter.
I've never done a facial. I've never had a manicure or a pedicure.
Yeah, me neither. We talked about this, didn't we?
we did.
How it
I've
was just
never
kind of feels
had-
awkward to have people like
Touching.
Touching
I've
your-
never had a professional massage other than my sister because she is a masseuse.
oh, well, those are
So.
great.
Yeah. And she's nice because I can either talk or not talk. It's just it's perfect. It's like you're by yourself. There's not, when it's with your sister, I don't know what the etiquette is for any of these types of spa places. Like, are you supposed to make small talk with them the way you do with like a hairdresser?
I don't think they expect you to.
Or can you just be quiet and
You
drool through your little hole
Yeah.
onto the floor? Because that's what I want to do usually.
You can totally do that. But I had one time I went to a masseuse because I had adhesive capsulitis in my shoulder and I was trying to get it, loosen up the shoulder. And her approach was to use pressure points, but you had to respond. Like she would search around for a point and she'd ask you a question
You'd be like, ow.
Well, she'd say, is it here? And you'd have to respond, and then she would go deeper. But just the whole act of having to respond to her when I was trying to relax was really unrelaxing.
Yeah.
So I finally decided it just wasn't quite the right method. I do like the pressure point method. I like, acupressure, that shiatsu, all that stuff is really great. But the way that she did it was, I think she should just learn to do it silently. Like, hey, figure it out yourself, like I can figure out where the points are when I put my hands on somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And what are those things? Why do they put rocks on people? What's that about?
Oh, that's Dr. Oni, or whatever his name is. He does rocks.
No, I think lots of people do rocks, because anytime you see a brochure for any spa, there's always some naked person with little black rocks lying.
No, really? Hot rocks?
Hot rock.
That's a thing?
Massage.
Rock massage?
I guess.
I have no idea. You have to have disposable...
It's only like really high-end spas that stick the rocks on you.
I was just going to say, you have to have disposable income in order to learn firsthand about these different types of experiences to be had in spas, which I think you and I are not exactly in that category.
No.
Last time I looked, people weren't buying enough of my CDs for me to be able to go to a masseuse on a regular basis. So that's that.
Yeah, that's the other good thing about my sister. She's free, and if you just whine a lot, she'll just keep going.
You can always dream.
Don't stop yet, Jen. Come on.
That's cool.
And then she will go more.
Okay, second spelling challenge. Ready?
God, yes.
I got some really good ones for you. This is a really tough one.
I think. Why have you amped up this torture lately?
I didn't mean to.
Okay.
It's just these words came walking out to me this morning and said, oh, this one is going to be great.
Okay, go ahead.
Muesli.
Oh.
Well, you look so eager on muesli.
Oh, frick. I don't know because I just saw it written.
You did? Did you eat some?
No.
It sounds bad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds like mucus, but it doesn't taste bad. It's actually really good.
It's like the exact same thing you feed farm animals, though.
Yeah, it's raw oats, and then it has dried fruit in it and nuts.
It squeaks. It squeaks in your teeth when you bite, when you chew it.
I've been eating it.
Just eating it?
No, for breakfast. I mix it with cornflakes, and then I put more nuts on.
Ugh.
And I put... What? Don't look at me that way.
Everybody ruins things with nuts.
Stop it.
I hate when you see like a big batch of brownies at a potluck or something, and you think, awesome, brownies. Somebody put nuts. You ruin the perfectly good brownies. Or what is this? You add them to chocolate chip cookies so that you have an extra gross cooked nut in your chocolate chip cookie when you're just expecting a chocolate chip cookie.
I should just put masking tape on your mouth sometimes.
I feel like cooked nuts just don't belong.
Yeah,
they don't belong anywhere.
Not to be confused with cojones. Right?
What?
Right?
What?
That's a different kind of nuts.
Isn't that like testicles?
Mm-hmm. No, I just thought...
Why do you say that so straight-faced? Usually you can't pull that off. Because we are 12 after all.
Because I was free associating. I don't know. It just came out and I didn't even know what I was saying. Sometimes it's better that way if you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I can't spell moose.
Because there's another word. I don't want to move too fastly for you. But did you get it? Did you get muesli?
No.
Okay.
But don't they give you like a... What's that laxative called like Mucilex?
Oh, right.
Isn't that like just...
What is that called?
Ground up the stuff?
Yeah. Mucinex.
No. Mucinex is for mucus. No, that's... Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I'm talking about Mucilex. If it has an X in it, it's usually a laxative.
That's what I just said.
No, you said Mucinex with an N.
Did not.
Yes, you did. One is to break up your mucus and make you hack it all out, and the other is to break up your intestinal.
Let's just get back to muesli.
How do you spell muesli?
Muesli was developed in 1900 by a Swiss physician.
Muesli wasn't developed; it just grew.
No, it was made by Maximilian Berscher-Benner for patients in his hospital. I'm not kidding you. You think I'm making this up, but I could not make this up. I could not. Okay, M-U-E. Come on, do the last three.
I had it wrong.
What'd you do?
I didn't have any E. But I don't know how to do the end either, so.
S-L-I. Well.
Okay, I had S-U-L-I.
This is, Maximilian created the spelling. It's not logical, and it's not, etymologically correct in any way.
Etymologically? That's the study of bugs.
They should never let me loose with the English language. They just
How
shouldn't.
did you get a degree in it?
I did not get a degree.
Pretty much. So I just
I
don't
almost
understand.
did.
Is this why?
It was like
because you were like, "Excuse me, professor. The etymology is not making sense here."
No, it's
and
like
he was
this.
like, "Fail.
Here's the defining.
You leave our upstanding university this minute."
No, the defining metaphor for my life is imagine the jungle gym, okay? And you know how sometimes when you're a kid, you look across and you say, I'm going to jump across to
the
there.
Jungle gym that's like the biodome jungle gym?
I don't know. They used to,
or just
schools used to have jungle gyms.
Or the one that's like the ladder that you
kind of
go
yes,
across.
kind of, but
Okay.
this was expanded. They used to have original designs back
It's just a lot of
in
pipe.
the 60s.
It's just a lot of pipe welded together.
Yes, pipe welded together.
a lot of
And
leftover
as a
pipe.
kid, you're like, you get used to doing these jumps, like these scary jumps where you're going to jump and you're going to catch and swing on the other side.
Right.
And so for me, that's this defining metaphor for my life is taking that great leap, just barely touching the bar and then slipping off, falling backwards and hitting my head.
Oh, wow. Do not join the circus, Kristina.
No, I didn't, and I won't. So, all right, so muesli, I'm sorry, that didn't go over very well for you.
It's fine. No, none of these words are going to go over very well for me.
But you know what's so unique about muesli?
What?
It has no sugar added to it. It's not like granola. You know,
It's
granola,
also kind of the original health food. Think about it. Like, back in the 50s, there was no health food. There was like,
that's when
you couldn't even get oranges.
No, you could in the 50s. It was starting in the 50s, natural foods, for sure.
Well,
I mean, there
not
have
that
been
much. I remember growing up, we never saw an avocado. There weren't avocados in stores. There weren't it was hard to find just butter in stores because everything was margarine. There weren't all kinds of different pastas. There was only just spaghetti. And like
poor deprived child.
No, I'm just saying there wasn't any of this stuff.
We had spiral spaghetti in Ithaca, New York. We had spiral
you were
spaghetti.
fancy people there. No, in Vermont you had spaghetti.
Well, I was in a university
Oh no,
town.
sometimes you had elbow noodles.
We had lots of pasta
and lasagna noodles.
No,
but
I'm
those were kind of
serious.
fancy.
I'm serious. I grew up in a university town. It was very cosmopolitan.
So you'd had
we
lots of
had
different shapes
lots
of
of different
pasta.
kinds of pasta. Plus, we were
Sweet.
Italian, so we looked for it.
You're not Italian.
I'm part Italian, not my mother. She's English, but the other side is completely Mediterranean. Don't look at me.
Oh right, you know what?
like
Greek
that.
is kind of Italian, isn't it? It just kind
I
of
like
occurred to
that.
me, kind of that they're close-ish.
They could
Right.
swim to each other.
They could. Mm-hmm. Did you know you could totally swim to Alaska from Russia?
To where?
Alaska and Russia are like a minute apart.
Didn't you hear what Sarah Palin said about that?
I don't listen to Sarah Palin.
Well, she said something about the proximity of those two countries.
Wow. Do you know what? My car, see that car down there? That is now the equivalent price of like a Rolls Royce at this point.
Which car?
My,
What do you got?
My stinking Subaru down there.
Really? Like
So I took it to the car doctor's
Yeah.
or last week, I think, when we got off the radio show, pretty much. Because that's why I think John had to come and get. I don't remember
Yeah,
when it
he
was.
picked-
But we were taking the car in, and they changed the back end was like all swimming all over the road. It was hard to steer, and I wasn't driving it, which is why John was driving me, and then his car has crappy tires. But it was swimming all over the road, so they replaced the ball joints. They replaced the bushings. They replaced the bearings. They replaced $1,500 worth of stuff in the back end. $1,500 of money that I did not have, by the way. And then 2 days later, it's like thump, 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 thump anytime you turn the wheel in either direction. And so we take it in again,
Now it's
and
the
the CV
front.
joint in the front is going. So they replace that. And we take it to this place in Barre, and when you leave it there, you just have to walk down into Barre and wait. And you have to walk all the way down the hill into Barre and sit at a CD. Like,
I don't know how you guys pick your mechanics.
He's a really good mechanic, but then
Like my
you walk
place-
all the way back up again, and it's not ready. So then what do you do?
Yeah, then you go to the place in Randolph. Then you go to Route 66.
Well, where can you walk from there?
You stay and you watch cable TV.
Oh, there's no cable
something.
TV. There was just a little homeless man.
Or you
sitting
go and you stare
there.
at the plastic flowers. I mean, that's good for the soul.
And
It's
the
good.
homeless man was only sitting in there because he was waiting for the police, because he actually wasn't, maybe he wasn't homeless, but he looked it. One of our mechanics went to test drive one of the cars to see if it was fixed, and this little man whacked into him. And so they made him come in and sit there until the police came.
Oh,
And so he was just yelling in there, and we didn't want to sit in there anyway.
okay.
So we had to walk away.
Nice. I mean, I think it is nice because you got exercise, you got fresh air, you got an experience of life in Barre. There's just always stuff going on in Barre. I was in Barre. We might have been in Barre at the same.
God.
We were postering. We were putting up posters. We walked into City Hall and like snooped around.
Wow.
And like tried to go through doors that were locked and things like that just to have fun.
Wow. I'm totally
Love
worried.
doing that.
So the CD release party, which
Yeah.
I really want to go to, is on John's birthday.
We'll bring him.
No,
It's
I
a
know.
fun-
That is fine.
Yeah.
But his best friend from college, it's also his birthday. And he was like, we already said we were going to go to this thing. And I was like, well, that's in New York. It's so far away.
Oh.
So I don't even know. I'm waiting until
Okay.
he makes up a good decision about
Well,
this.
you tell his friend about how much fun we're going to have.
And they
at
should
this-
just come here.
They should come up.
They should.
And they should shoot a movie of it.
They should. That would
And
be
just
fun.
have it be a big art project for all of us.
Either way, we should have a extra private release party for the introverted people too.
Okay.
So that we can all hang out and
And eat popcorn.
wear jeans and eat popcorn and
Yeah, because that's probably what I'd just rather do,
me too.
is just have popcorn and, I don't know, sit around and look at our phones or something.
I don't want to look at my phone.
No, what I said that to make a point, which is, do you ever, if you go to get your car repaired and you're sitting in the waiting room, do you ever just sit there?
And do nothing.
Yes, and not look at your phone.
Well, I picked up, they had some like country living magazines from 1989, so I was reading those. And there was lots of ads for flannel nightgowns, which I kind of
Nice.
liked. So I
Yeah.
was like, hey, sweet.
I'd like to try just sitting. It makes other people uncomfortable.
It makes them really uncomfortable.
Now,
They think you're a crazy person.
Yes, if you just, because what do you look at?
Right.
Look
And
at
what
the
are you thinking?
wall.
They know that you're thinking if you're just sitting there. And
Yeah.
that scares people to think that you're sitting there thinking.
Yes, because you have to sit there and not really look at anybody because you don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. But you're
Right.
kind of in a place where the whole point is to look at people.
The little homeless-ish man was looking at us and
Was he?
talking to us, even though we didn't want to talk to him.
See,
That's
he was
so awkward. I don't know what to do when really mentally unsound people are trying to talk to me. I kind of engage them for a little while, but then it's like, this conversation is not going anywhere because he's just screaming, why are you people here? You should go to Napa. These people are awful. And he hit them. We know he hit them. We could see the wreck. Like, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go to Napa because some homeless man hit one of our mechanics.
Yeah. You don't
But
have to feel like you have to say anything, really. You can just get a Buddhist kind of, see, because you're talking to a Buddhist, right? I'm a Buddhist.
So I could
Did
just
you know?
had this, like,
So
Zen
you get
expression
into
on my
this-
face.
Yeah, you just kind of get zenful.
It just makes me
You just
tired to
kind of-
listen to people who are mentally
Then
ill.
the breath goes in, the breath goes out. The breath goes in,
I would not make a
the
good
breath
therapist.
goes out. And then you say, uh-oh, look at my watch. It's time to go.
You don't have a watch. and
Well,
I'm-
you pretend that you do. Because you just have to go like, there's still a gesture that represents looking at your watch.
True.
Which some of us employ when necessary.
I do.
Okay, we have another song, and let's see, what is it? It is called Breath of the Devil. And this is a song that is written by Patty Casey, and I believe it's sung by Patty Casey, and and we recorded it up at my place like so many years ago, so I haven't heard it.
You know what's cool? What? I had some music playing the other day, and it was all on shuffle, and one of your songs came through, and John was washing dishes in another room, so he could only kind of hear every other word that I was shouting to him because the water is loud. And I said, it was funny. I'd never noticed until this song. I was like, wow, this is so weird. Kristina's voice sounds exactly like Barbra Streisand in this song. and John said, shut it off. And he said, what about Barbra Streisand? And then the music was still playing, and he said, "Oh, I've never heard this Barbra Streisand song before." So like he thought
That is crazy.
it was really weird. Like it was, I can't remember. I'll have to go back and check which song it was, but
Like,
it was identical.
Wow.
You mostly only had piano
Uh-huh.
going, and so it seemed like Barbra
Wow.
Streisand was doing like a little live
I see.
concert, and it sounded just like it. It was
Well,
pretty weird.
life is stranger than truth. That's
know.
all I can say.
All right, play this.
Breath of the Devil.
Silent once is deadly lying here on this hill. In the nighttime it crackles bone dry. The snap of a twig and a whisper at my sill. The breath of the devil passing by. The ponies are out and they're running amok. They were here, then they were gone. The fields are all on fire, Lord, the devil has struck. Not one pail from my will have I drawn. What have I done? What have I done? Whose trembling fingers held the match, who tried but couldn't run? What can I do? What can I do? When the devil calls my name, dear God, tell me what can I do? Barn roof has fallen, there's no use in asking me why. No matter the cost, when the devil comes calling, the yellow flames are gonna lick at the sky. What have I done? What have I done? Trembling fingers held the match, who tried but couldn't run. What can I do? What can I do? When the devil calls my name, dear God, tell me what can I do? What have I done? What have I done? Trembling fingers held the match, who tried but couldn't run. What can I do? What can I do? When the devil calls my name, dear God, tell me what can I do?
That was Bellatrix was the band. That was a band I was in with Patty Casey and Susanna Blatchley. So Susanna was playing the fiddle there. Really nice fiddle part. And Patty and I on guitars.
Sweet.
So that was pretty cool.
Oh, I gotta get my Christmas tree out. I undecorated it. I underdecorated it like many days ago.
You had a tough time with that, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
The kids put on like 17 strands of lights.
Yeah.
And they each like wound them in different directions and under and over. And they've never put the lights on solo by themselves before. And I was like, you guys are big enough. Put the lights on. Because I was trying to make something at the
Next
time.
year, they'll sort of figure it out better.
I don't think they're going to figure it out until they have to take them off. And then they'll understand why that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
But so I got to do that. I got to go and get my expired I.U.D out like in like a couple days.
Well,
I really don't like that process, though. They shoot your cervix all full of nummy things, and then they can pry it open and reach in and unhook the thing that has embedded itself in your uterus, and then they rip it back out again.
Wow. I bet probably 80% of people listening now would never even have dreamed that such a thing was possible.
I've been putting it off, and John keeps saying stuff like, when are you going to get your rotting cervix out? And I was like, I don't think it rots, John. It's plastic.
I hope those 8-year-olds are listening now because they're going to learn about...
Sorry, Courtney's kids.
Yeah, no, there's all kinds of indignities in life, certainly, that we go through.
Especially as women, those stirrups and cold little tables
Yeah,
are
it doesn't
horrible.
it doesn't have to be that way.
You know, they're still using the same tools.
I'll tell you, I don't want to talk about
from
tools.
like the beginning of ever. Ew.
Yeah, like this gardening
Kristina's
tool.
brandishing her gardening fork. It's like her home
Well,
gynecological.
I'm telling you, I'm going to make a prediction that when they finally rip up the asphalt, which is going to happen at some point because we're going to have hovercraft, right? So they're going to rip up the asphalt, and they're at the same time they're going to get rid of those cold metal tables with stirrups. It's all going to happen at once, and the world is going to become a more humane place.
Like, why can't they put us in a nice little, some sort of cozy hammock thing?
Like a barcalounger.
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's start a women's healthcare center where everyone has barcaloungers.
A barcalounger
and-
for every woman.
And they don't squirt blue goo on you or in you. I saw a
No.
horrible YouTube video.
You
This woman
did
was
not.
laughing and laughing. She was going to the obstetrician, having like some sort of pregnancy exam or whatever, ultrasound, and they went to, and there's some that you do from the outside, and there's some you do with a little ultrasound wand up inside too. And she said that the guy put the wand up there, and she was just screaming how it was hot.
The guy.
The doctor, who I don't know if he should call himself this.
The guy
And
doctor.
apparently he had accidentally, instead of putting the lubrication
I don't
on the
wanna
thing,
know.
he squirted hand
Don't-
sanitizer all over it and rammed that up there.
Don't tell me. I would rather live
That is
in
not a healthy
ignorance.
thing. Hand sanitizer is not meant to be
No,
taken internally in any way,
I
shape,
know,
or form.
and it kills stuff that shouldn't be killed anyway. It's just like that poor little fly struggling to
Some
cross
germs are good people.
the ocean of my floor. Okay. Did you want to say more about that?
No, I forgot what I was, where I was going.
Okay.
But it's just getting too twisted and gross, so we'll
Yeah.
stop there.
Okay. Well, there's a great word that I want you to know, which is also sort of on the twisted and gross theme, but I found a word in the Urban Dictionary because I was looking up, what were those other words we had today that were like, I looked up cojones.
Oh.
Is that how you say it?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I looked it up because
It's a
I
word
just...
that's actually never been used by me. Heard it lots of times. Never said it.
I
so
have a friend who
I don't know how
I have a friend
pronounce
who
it.
uses it, so I don't use it, so that's
Okay.
why I don't know how to
All
say
right,
it.
so Urban
It's kinda how you
Dictionary
spell it.
has to
Okay,
say
so
what?
when I looked up that, I also saw chaoni. Chaoni is a word in the Urban Dictionary, which means you'll never believe what it means.
sounds
you can't
Hawaiian.
even- It does, but it's an evil tree hugger. It's an evil tree hugger who has an intense hatred towards the human race.
Is he hugging the tree or is he like hugging the tree?
I don't know. He's spreading evil.
Like sexually?
No, there's no implication of that. It has nothing to do with cojones.
You said it was like with it.
No, it's just because they're spelled similarly.
Oh.
You can find all kinds of stuff.
That's a weird thing. You know what?
I
I guess
love-
I kind
I
of
love
know some people
Google.
like that a little bit.
Really?
You know, people who are so intense about environmental issues, which I'm pretty darn intense about environmental issues, but not to the point where I'm ready to just blow the human race up. You know what I mean?
Using violent methods,
Right.
destructive methods in order to stop bulldozers and
I
things
just
like
am
that.
saying violence is never, ever,
I don't think
ever-
it's really going to make the difference.
my personal choice is never violence.
At this point, now that we live in a police state, you're going to get put in jail and they're going to throw away the keys. So you got to be careful. We got to outwit them. We got to be smarter and we got to be strong and rise up
Yeah.
and have a revolution. That's all. It's
Talking
simple.
about a revolution.
Okay, so let's see. I did have one more spelling challenge for you.
Okay, hold on.
All right, and this is this goes along with some ageless advice as opposed to new age advice. You're going to think it's new age advice, but it's actually ageless.
All right, I'm ready.
Amethyst. I couldn't do this one either. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Amaythst.
What? Amethyst. 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 Amethyst does not start with an M.
Amythyst.
I believe it's Ametyst.
There's no Y in amethyst?
AME. We're having a hard time. We're having inefficient communication, which is something else I wanted to talk about. AMETHYST. Amethyst.
That's where it is.
Yes.
What's the Y doing over there? I am thinking of it as like amethyst.
Anyway, I was just going to say, because we don't have much time, I just want to say, if you're feeling depressed this week, I was going to recommend buying an amethyst.
Oh, they are pretty.
They're really pretty. Put it on your table, look at it, and remember that, we are essentially that beautiful, And amethysts were originally worn to guard against drunkenness and to instill a sober mind. Did you know that?
Nope.
Yep. Okay, and also go to a diner and have some comfort food. That's my other recommendation
that is a nice
for depression.
Yeah.
And besides that, I don't know. It's kind of hopeless beyond that.
You go to roller derby.
Yeah.
My sister and my dad are joining roller derby, which is bizarre to me.
A little overactive for me, but...
And that's a little violent as well.
Yeah, we have like 2 minutes left. What do you need to do?
Nothing.
To end the show.
I need to do nothing.
Okay. Those poor sponsors falling by the wayside.
Are you hinting that I should do something, or are you asking?
There's hardly any time to mention our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors and underwriters. Mountain Folk, Tunbridge Grease Collective, and Howvale Farm. There. See, I could be one of those fast-talking people who do the disclaimers on, like, drug ads.
You'd be bad at that.
Probably.
But sometime we're going to do an expanded section on our sponsors and explain what they are. Like, what the heck is a Tunbridge Grease Collective? You can say that quickly, but it's meaningless. So we're going to have to go back to it.
I know. I think we have before, but we'll do it again.
Yeah, we'll do it again, and we'll just have a great time doing it because we love grease collectives and the people that run them. We just do.
We do.
So you've been listening to 11th Hour Radio, and it's been a fun hour for us. We hope it's been as fun for you because we just love coming here on Fridays and shaking up our routine a little bit and joining humanity. Now we will go back to our hole.
We'll get into our arc and float back to our respective hilltops.
So we're going to go out on some hardanger music. Hardanger. Which is a Swedish fiddle.
We'll see you guys next Friday. Same time, same place.
Thanks for listening.
Same nonsense.